I just watched a YouTube video with 1.4 million views about somebody incorrectly describing how the Burr method works. So it made me want to do a quick video because all these videos aimed at new real estate investors or people who want to get into real estate investing, they're mainly trying to sell you a course, and it makes my blood burn. Just so you know, I don't sell courses, I don't sell mentoring. I just put information out there for free to try to help you guys. So I'm going to give you four basically lies that a lot of YouTubers and TikTokers and Instagram people are trying to sell to you so they can sell you a course. So if you're thinking about getting into real estate investing, you got to watch this video right now.
Shut up and sit down.
Okay, so number one is buying real estate with zero money down. They've been selling these courses ever since I was 18 years old, and I used to watch them on the TV and buy them at 3 o'clock in the morning. And there was a time where you could buy real estate with zero money down, but you still had to pay closing costs and you still had to pay some other fees. And those 100% financing days are pretty much gone now. You're going to need a minimum of 3% down, and you're going to need to pay closing costs, which let's just say on an average first time home buyer type of house are going to run you $5,000 to $7,000. So you're going to need $10,000 to $15,000 to buy your first property, and you got to have money left over in the bank to show them that if you got fired or lost your job, you have a couple months of reserves left in the bank. So, and then the other thing they try to sell you is that, oh, you'll just find an investor, somebody like me, that will just put the money up for you. There's no way I'm doing that. Some guy who's never done a real estate deal isn't going to call me up and convince me to put up the money for them to buy a house, to do a flip, or to buy a rental. I would just do it myself. Why would I want to do that? So save up to buy. If you're new to real estate investing, you got to save up enough money to buy your first property, and then just buy your first property. Stop trying to figure out the scam on how to do it with no money, because it doesn't exist. You'll spend more money on courses that could be put towards your down payment. Number two is the Burr method, which is what made me want to make this video. I just watched, like I said, a guy with 1.4 million views. He looked like he was about 19 years old. I doubt he's ever bought a property. But he said you buy the property, you remodel the property, and then you refinance the property, and then you take the money out and you do it again. That's not how the Burr method works. You buy the property, you remodel the property, you rent the property, and then a year later you refinance the property, because a bank won't give you the new value of a property that you remodeled until you've owned it for at least 12 months. So you've got at least a 1 year time frame in between buying it and refinancing it. So you got to figure out how to get a renter in there, or you got to be able to pay your mortgage for a year with nobody in there. It's going to take you 6 months just to do the remodel, if you can find a contractor that will show up. Nobody talks about how hard it is to find contractors these days. It's nearly impossible to get people to show up and do the work. Everybody's going to argue, say, oh, I have a great contractor. Well, good for you. But for the average Joe who's never done this before, it's hard to find that. And then they say, oh, I'm going to do it myself. If you've never done these things before, you're going to find a lot of challenges there too. So it's not just a little quick thing where you get in and get out with the Burr method. So if you're looking to buy classes or courses on that, maybe there are some courses that could help you on that, but just understand how the model works. That it's at least 1 year in between properties. Number three is wholesaling. This is like the holy grail of real estate courses. Everybody's got a course on wholesaling, and the only people making money on wholesaling are the people selling those courses. Let me just break this down for you real quick. In your local real estate market, look up and see how many licensed real estate agents there are. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of people that have gone to real estate school, taken the test, gotten their license, and put in the work to actually represent buyers and sellers in real estate transactions. And sure, there's a few people who don't know what they're doing that will sign up with a wholesaler. But for the most part, every wholesaler is competing with thousands of real estate agents in their local area, not to mention all the people with the we buy houses for cash and all those kind of things. So there's so much competition out there that the chances of you actually making money wholesaling are very slim. You would be better off to go get your real estate license and try to just be a real estate agent. But I implore you, don't buy real estate classes on wholesaling. If you're just hell bent on doing it, just watch YouTube videos and try to do it, learn for free, because I don't think that paying for wholesaling classes is going to do you any good. And number four, the last one, is Airbnb arbitrage. This is another one. They're going to try to sell you classes and courses and mentorships because they're the only ones making money in this field also. These are the ways they try to get new people with no money to just pay for classes and courses. I have one of my long-term rentals on the market for rent right now, and I had no less than probably 6 people contact me to try to do Airbnb arbitrage. And it's just, as a serious real estate investor, it's not something that I would even consider. It's somebody who probably doesn't know what they're doing. They don't have enough money to buy their own rental properties, so they want to try to use mine. They're not going to care how many people stay there. They're not going to care what type of people stay there. They're not going to care if they want to have parties and cram 100 people into my properties. They're not going to care about my property. They just want to care about covering the long-term rent to me and making a profit, and that's all they're going to care about. The upkeep of the property, it's not something I would ever consider. So just real people with real estate investors aren't going to let somebody arbitrage their property. It's just not going to happen. Those are the top 4 things I see the YouTubers and the TikTokers and the Instagrammers and the Facebook Reels trying to convince people of how they can sell their courses to them and trying to get views. And those are like the top 4 scams that have been around for 100,000 years, ever since people started buying real estate. People just want to get in. People want the fast way, the easy way. And the truth is, real estate investing is hard. It's hard when you get started. My first house I bought was hard. It took every single penny and it was stressful. And my second house was the same way. And it gets a little bit easier as you go down. But just try to buy houses and buy a house, live in it, 2 years, move out, do it again, repeat, rinse and repeat. That's the easiest way to do it. So don't fall for these ideas of buying these courses. If you got any value, please hit the like button down there. Subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more information on how to invest in real estate. And if you like this video, go watch this one next, because you're going to like it, because it'll help you even more.